High flyers, welcome back to our manifestation through the Power of Love Mastermind Program. I am the presenter of the manifestation through the Power of Love Mastermind Program. My name is John Jahiakiari. As I promised you earlier that I'm gonna narrate to you the story that inspired us to bring this program up of manifestation through the power of love. Before I narrate you the story, let us first of all define what is manifestation. Manifestation is the ability to bring something tangible into your life. That is through attraction, faith, or belief. Now, let us look at what is faith. Faith is the substance of the things hoped for, the evidence of the things not seen. That means faith, when you have faith, you are having faith of the things you're hoping that are going to happen to you, and you have not seen them yet. Now, let us ask ourselves, why don't we get it when we ask, seek, and knock? Why don't we get it? I'll tell you the secret. The secret is you cannot ask, seek, and knock and just stand there and wait for it. You have to do something different. You will have to involve your emotions. Yes, you heard it. You will have to involve your emotions in what you're looking forward to do, in what you're looking forward to get. What do I mean by you have to involve your emotions? You have to vibrate high to what you want. You have to love what you want. And you have to love to an extent that you have to care for it. Let's say you are wanting to build a house for your dad or mom. The best way to get it is to involve yourself emotionally. First of all, you have to love your parents and care for them, call for them each and every minute. Immerse yourself in love to an extent that you care for them unconditionally. And you're going to start manifesting the house that you're looking forward to build for your parents. The story that I'm just about to tell you is a good example of having faith, involving yourself emotionally into something, and then getting it. The story is about a son who loved his father. He loved his father to an extent that he cared about the father. This story, you're going to find it on the book that I wrote on 2019, December 19th. 12 Principles of Wealth Creation Empowerment, derived from the metaphorical inspiring story, the son who loved his father. I'm going to tell you the story in 3 parts, and this is the first part of it. Once upon a time, there lived a very wealthy horticulture farmer. He was well known in his village, town, and the city. He had a family, he had a wife, and 10 children. Amongst his 10 children, he had the youngest son, whom he had a great relationship. They had a good relationship together. They used to do teamwork together. He used to call his son, "My son, come, we plant the flower. I'm gonna dig the hole. You put the flower, and me and you we're going to water the flower together. At a very young age, the father introduced the son the importance of teamwork and accountability. Sometimes he would leave the job for him and tell him to do it and then report it to him. And then he would tell him that is being accountable. At a very young age, the son became wise and thoughtful about what he was doing. He also mentored the young son, like he used to tell him. For example, God help those who help themselves. You see, the wealth that I have gained until this time, it is through hard work. But God have blessed my work. That is why you see what I have today. And he taught him, Matthew verse 7, and he told him, ask, and it's gonna be given unto you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the doors are gonna be opened unto you. The son became wiser each and every day. The family had this tradition that when a child became 10 years old, they had to do a big birthday party. And this time, when the youngest son, became 10 years old, the dad organized a birthday party for him. He called all the leaders in the village, all the suppliers, all the consumers of his product, all friends and family to come and celebrate the birthday party of the youngest son. The birthday party was a great success. Each and every person gave the young boy a gift. This time, the father had this tradition that he wanted to give a cash gift to his son or his daughter. And this time, he gave his son 1,000 coins. He wanted to see whether they have learned something about spending money. But he did not control them. He told them, go and use the money how you want it. The only difference was that they had to be accountable. They had to come back and tell their dad how they spent the money. During this celebration, just before the birthday party ended, the father decided to announce that he was expanding his horticulture business. It was vital for them to have this information, for them to know what is coming the next season. After the birthday party, the father started the project. He called the farm manager and the supervisor, and they all organized how things are going to work out. The farm manager and the supervisor came up with a budget that could be used so that the project could take place. The father had to go to the bank and borrow some more money. That means he somehow doubled the investments of his horticulture business. After 2 weeks, everything was underway. There was extensive work that was done and everything was going according to the plan. But unfortunately, after the project started, there was a flood catastrophe that destroyed all what he had started. The father lost everything that he had ever known. The farm was underwater. The father was devastated. It came to this point whereby when the son came near him, the father told him, "Get out of my way." The father had lost it. At its present condition, the farm was not worth much. The father got a buyer who bought it at a throwaway price. He was desperate because people were coming after him where he had borrowed the money. That means he had to do something about it. The money that he sold the farm, it was not much enough. The money he got, he only paid the debts. He did not have much left. He was unable even to buy a plot outside the farm to go and relocate the family. He was in this position whereby even he started paying rent to the same house he lived just a few days ago. That is how devastating the project was. It came to a point whereby he could not take it anymore, and he was taken to hospital for evaluation. The son became inspirationally dissatisfied. How can my own father treat me that way? But he was positive about it. One night he woke up at the middle of the night. As his father had taught him to write down what he was thinking, he took a piece of paper and he started writing about the dad. And he said to himself, I love my father. My father loves me. My father loves my family. My father loves my mom. My father loves everybody. My father is respected by the elders. My father is respected by the employees. He started contemplating what he had written. And he thought, yes, my father is a hero. My father is the best dad in the whole world. As he contemplated, he thought again what his father could do. My father knows about the farm. My father knows about the seeds. My father knows how to account for what he has. My father is respected by the elders. An idea cropped up in his mind as he was thinking. He said to himself, if my father is good at what he does the way he does it, that means he's a good farmer. That means my father can become farm manager in another farm because he knows what he does in the farming. He can become a farm manager in another place. And in 10 years, he can be able to accumulate funds to buy another farm. What a great vision from a young boy. He jumped out of bed with excitement and went to his mom's bed and said, Mom, I have an idea. My father can get a farm manager. Before he finished, the mom told him, I'm very tired. Please, my son, can you come tomorrow morning? You tell me your idea and I'm gonna listen to you. For now, I'm very tired. The son went to his room. He was excited to tell something to the dad the next day. He was able to sleep because he had something to tell the dad. You know why? Because he loved his father. He cared about his father. Despite the father pushing him away, the son loved and cared about the father. We don't forget that this family is a family of 10 children. And how many people are connected with the dad at the moment? Only one person. The youngest son. And he really loves his dad. He cares about the father. The next morning, he was the first to wake up. He woke up early and he went and ran to his brothers and sisters and he told them, my father, our dad can get a farm manager's job, and in 10 years he can buy another farm. Nobody supported him. Some, they thought he was nuts. Others did not believe the word he was speaking about. Others did not even have a clue that they had already lost the farm and the wealth that the dad owned. He went to his mom and told his mom, Mom, I have an idea. My father can become a farm manager in another farm and he can buy his farm back, Mom. The mom understood where the son was coming from. He supported his idea. And he told him, this afternoon, we're gonna go to the hospital and visit your dad. And that's what they did that afternoon. They went to the hospital. And the first thing they were told was that the dad was not sick. He went to his dad and told the dad, Dad, I came to tell you you're not sick. I thought you're not sick, Dad. And that's the first thing they told us, you're not sick. And the dad was asking, what do you mean that I am not sick? He told his dad, yes, Daddy, you're not sick. I know you're not happy, but you are not sick. The father could not eat before, and he started eating because he felt cared by his son. As he continued eating, the son told him, Dad, I have an idea. I was thinking at how good you are at what you do. And I was thinking that, Dad, you can get a farm manager's job in another farm. And in 10 years, you can buy your farm back. The father was doubting himself. He was asking, how? I don't think it's possible to get a farm manager job, another farm. I don't think so. Then the son told him, Daddy, have you forgotten what you taught me? Ask, and it's gonna be given unto you. Seek, and you're gonna find. Knock, and the doors are gonna be opened unto you. The father was astonished at how the son could remember all the things that he had taught him. Now this time, he became the mentor of his father. From that moment, the dad felt well and he decided to change, and they started walking home. As they arrived home, they met the gentleman who bought the land, and he told them, Hi, Chief, you're running behind paying the rent of my house. I've come to give you the date of eviction. After 90 days, everything in this farm is gonna be auctioned, and you gonna be thrown out of this farm. As the landlord was boastfully talking, the young son was writing down what he was saying, that they had only 90 days, and after the 90 days, they're gonna be thrown in the streets. Quickly, the all son, father, and the mother called for a home meeting, and they called all the other members of the family, that our dad is going to get a farm manager's job in another farm. The immediate thing is that we need to go and look for a newspaper. Buy a newspaper each and every morning. Come and look whether there's any jobs there. After we get the job, then we go for interview. And then we see whether you can get a job. Nobody believed what he was talking about. They all started telling him he did not know what he was talking about. And the son stopped them and told them, "Get out of my sight. I'm gonna do it with or without you." The son was transformed to a leader. Who are leaders? Leaders, they see something in the society and they decide to sort it out, irrespective whether they're gonna have a support from anyone or not. They make a decision and they go for it. The son became a leader. He went to his mom and dad and told them, "Mom, Dad, I'm gonna do it with or without anybody. Each and every morning, I have to wake up and go and get the newspaper from the shop before I go to school. Then I bring it to you, then I leave it to you, then I go to school." That is what he started the next morning. He woke up early at 6 a.m., went a mile away, bought a newspaper, and brought it to the father, and he went to school. On the second day, he went a mile away, bought the newspaper, brought it to dad, and went to school. On the third day, he did the same thing again. Went a mile away, came home, gave the newspaper to dad, and went to school, the opposite direction. When he came in the evening, the dad called him and told him, "My son, I don't think there is anything in this newspaper. For 3 days now, you've been going, waking up early in the morning and coming back, and there is nothing in this newspaper. And I don't think there is anything that is going to come out of this. I prefer you just forget it. You might as well give up." Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the story for today. We're going to continue another day, and I'm going to send you these messages to you. The question I want to ask you is, why do you think the dad gave up? One of the things I thought about is it was not his vision. You know, when something is not your vision, you do not know the end point, neither the starting point. It was not his vision, so he does not have a clue of what he's talking about when he's giving up that array. He does not have a clue of what he's giving up. Another thing is that this is something very familiar. We are sometimes impatient with our own projects. When we start doing something, we are expecting to plant a tree and get the fruits in the next day or in the next few days. But in reality, it doesn't happen that way. You will have to plant, to water, to put the fertilizer, to prune the tree until you get the fruits. Many of us want immediate gratification. But in reality, if you want to be successful in anything that you're gonna start, anything you're gonna do, you have to give yourself time. You have to persist. You have to go on daily basis until you get it. You don't just give up just after a few days. Welcome to the son who loved his father. I want to leave you today in that point. I want you to go and meditate, think about it. If it was you, what could you do? They have only 90 days. 3 days gone, nothing is happening. Would you give up like the father? Would you sabotage your own mission? Because that's what just happened. The dad sabotaged the mission. He's not supporting it. What could you do if you are the son? Nobody is supporting you. At this juncture, at this point, we can see the son has no support. Only one person supporting him, the mother. The whole family, brothers and sisters, they are not supporting his idea. Now the father, who is going to benefit from the project, is not supporting it. What position could you be? Could you be more caring? How could you care with somebody who is not helping you? Good question. Thank you for joining us on this manifestation through the Power of Love Mastermind program. Follow the next part 2 of the story. Thank you. We send our love to all of you. Thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. This is Manifestation through the Power of Love Mastermind program. Thank you so much.